Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? I hope that you will be fine and enjoying your summer vacations nicely at your homes. Students, today we are going to solve the remedy pack 2 of the level 9 and the subject is biology. Students, at this page number which is 14, we have to solve the question number 4. Draw and label the diagram of animal cell. Students, here you have to draw and label the diagram of the animal cell which I am showing you. Students, this is a diagram of the eukaryotic cell because it is containing a visible nucleus inside the center of the cell. So, it is a eukaryotic animal cell having the nucleus. And the next is animal cell has a covering of a membrane which is called the plasma membrane, as you can see here. This membrane is basically partially permeable. It means that it will allow the specific materials to pass through it but do not allow all the materials to pass through it. So that's why we called it as a partially semi-permeable membrane. The next, you have to draw and label the different organelles of a eukaryotic animal cell. So, starting from the vacuole. Students, vacuole is the important organelle of the animal cell, and there are several small vacuoles. There is no one vacuole, but there are many vacuoles. Vacuoles are membrane bounded structure and they are meant for serving as a food vacuole and as a contractile vacuole because they are meant to store water. So when they store water, they become turgid. So these small vacuoles help in maintaining the balance of the animal cell. The next you can see here the mitochondrion. Students, mitochondrion is a singular word and mitochondria is a plural word. You can see here we have more than one mitochondrion. So because there are mitochondria in the animal cell. Mitochondria is a double membrane bounded structure. You can see the one layer is of the folding and the outer layer is basically smooth. So this is the energy production center of the animal cell, as this provides a space for the aerobic respiration, the process in which our food molecules will break down in the presence of oxygen to produce the energy. So this is a very important organelle of the animal cell. The next you can see here are the ribosomes. The ribosomes are very tiny structures that may be dispersed in the fluid or may be attached on the specific substance surface. Students, ribosomes are meant for the production of the protein synthesis. So, next we have endoplasmic reticulum. These extended channels means these are channels that basically connect one part of the cell to the other part. The endoplasmic reticulum is of the two types, as the one which contains the ribosomes, which is called the rough, and the one which do not contain the ribosomes is called the smooth. So endoplasmic reticulum is divided into the rough and the smooth types. The next is basically the centrioles. Students, centrioles are very hollow and cylindrical structures which basically makes the cell division process to complete it. Students, it will allow the formation of spindle fibers during the cell division, and they are located at the exterior surface of the animal cell. As you can see, this surface is termed as the exterior surface. The next is basically the lysosomes or the peroxisomes. Lysosomes are the single membrane bounded structures that contain the strong digestive enzymes which will help to break the target material into the pieces and help to digest the material properly within the cell. So these are very important organelles that may combine with the vacuole to accomplish their functions. Next, student, we have the Golgi Complex. Golgi Complex is a set of the flattened sacs, and these sacs are termed as the vesicles. Basically, Golgi Complex function is the secretion, is transport secretion from one part of the cell to the other, whether internally within the cell or whether externally outside the cell. So, moving on to the microtubules, which are forming the centrioles while uniting with one another. These are the filaments that are composed of the proteins. So students, you can see here that the nucleus is membrane bounded. It is separated from the semi-transparent fluid by an envelope known as the nuclear envelope. So students, before that nuclear envelope, you can see that all the organelles of the eukaryotic cell are present in a semi-viscous and semi-transparent substance called the cytoplasm, and that cytoplasm provide a space for all these organelles to perform their function specifically. So this is a very important component of any cell, whether a plant or whether a animal. So students, cytoplasm also contains the various organic and inorganic materials inside it. So students, this is the whole explanation of the animal cell that you have to draw, understand and label the regarding parts of the animal cell. So students, that is all about today's lecture. Allah Hafiz.